Hello and welcome to CVR News Network. You're watching CVR English and welcome to the special edition on the tensions between India and Pakistan. And before proceeding this, let's watch the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets top defense establishment. Rajnath Singh, Ajit Doval, armed forces chiefs present. Supreme Court orders CBI probe into Builder Bank nexus in Delhi NCR. France terms Israel's ban on delegations as unacceptable. Chief Minister Ravindra Reddy reviews meeting with officials on the arrangements of Miss World pageant. Medigatta location itself is big mistake. Uttam briefs on NSDA report on Kaleshwaram. Mark Carney's Liberal Party won Canada's federal election. Pierre Poilievre, the Conservative leader, has congratulated. And let's go into the special story of the day of Ready to Retaliate. Is retaliation on the cross? Probably the atmosphere at the 7 Racecourse Road or the local landmark of Prime Minister residence is showing the same signals. Few minutes back, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has chaired a meeting with top level armed forces executives. Previously, Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, has called on all party meet, and later on Amit Shah has also met several dignitaries, and later on Amit Shah has even called on the chief ministers of different states regarding the deporting of the Pakistan nationals. But later on, every day, the daily meetings are going on every day, heating the atmosphere between India and Pakistan. What's going to be the next is $1 million question. Will there be any attack, like surgical attack, or will there be any war, which is a direct attack, is a thing which is a nail-biting moments between India and Pakistan, and the entire world is watching. What exactly is happening, we never know. But yes, the situation is completely not in the normal state. The opposition parties today has raised the question that whether the current government is doing anything or not, or has kept mum, and the ruling party of the BJP has countered the opposition parties' tweets and shares. And on the other hand, these tweets which are raised by the opposition Congress party are shared vigorously in Pakistan. Probably what opposition party has done is a silly thing, because in this atmosphere we should not be giving any chance to the other party or the other country to defame ourselves. On one hand, the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, said that he is supporting, his party is supporting completely whatever Narendra Modi does. And simultaneously, Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress party president, also said the same thing. But why these tweets and shares are happening is the thing that every Congress person has to introspect themselves. Because those people who are sharing these are not the social media experts, rather than the famous politicians of the Congress party, the age-old politicians of the Congress party. So these things are not acceptable to some extent. And the recent development which is ongoing as of now is the meeting of Prime Minister Modi with the top charts of the armed forces. Prime Minister Narendra Modi just now few minutes back chaired a meeting with top defense establishment, including Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, and chiefs of 3 services. Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan was also part of the meeting. And this meeting was held amid India weighing its countermeasures following the Pahalgam terror attack, which left at least 26 civilians, mostly tourists, dead. Modi has vowed to pursue the terrorists behind the attack and their patrons, a clear reference to Pakistan, which has a history of sponsoring terror strikes in India, to the ends of earth and inflict harshest punishment on them. Those are the ongoing visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting with the armed forces chiefs. And on the other hand, from Pakistan, the latest development is Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif has said that Indian military incursion into Pakistan is a very clear and stark possibility. And speaking to international media, Asif said that Pakistan's forces are on high alert and ready to respond to any aggression, while ruling out the use of nuclear weapons. Frankly speaking, the entire world is worried only on one particular thing, because India and Pakistan are the only two nuclear neighbors who always has a strong tension. India and China are also the nuclear neighbors, but the situation of India and China will not be permanently hard, as always with Pakistan. Of course, India has a very high tension atmosphere at the Aksai Chin area, and 5 years back we have seen even the Chinese incursion in both the Aksai Chin area and also in Arunachal Pradesh. But the tension between India and Pakistan is completely different, whereas the infiltration is a continuous from the Pakistan side, and the attacks and the terrorist attacks are mostly from Pakistan's sponsored terrorism. So the entire world is worried whether there will be any nuclear war, and from Pakistan there has been a clarity from its defense minister that there will not be any use of the nuclear weapons. Frankly speaking, these nuclear weapons have become a hot topic since India and Pakistan has conducted the nuclear test in the year 1998. India was always urging Pakistan to sign the no first use policy. It has said during the Vajpayee Raj that India is very much ready to use the no first use policy. Means ideally, India always says that Pakistan is the country probably that uses the nuclear weapons first. And almost the situation arose during the Kargil war. The then Army General of Pakistan, Musharraf, definitely wanted to use the nuclear weapon, but at the last moment, on the pressure from United States at the time during the presidency of Bill Clinton to Nawaz Sharif, as to some extent stopped, and they have completely went back. The Kargil war has stopped. India has won the Kargil war. Pakistan has backed from its incursion into India, which has stopped it. But later on, the same Musharraf has become the president after a military coup, and at that particular time there was a high tension. India's parliament was attacked, Kashmir's assembly was attacked, and every time there was a speculation if there would be any war. But thankfully it did not happen. But on the other hand, later on the government has changed it. India has seen the worst ever attack during Mumbai 26/11. At that time also, India was almost ready for the war, but at the last moment, it was dropped out. But now the situation is completely different. After Narendra Modi has become the Prime Minister of India, the war sirens were always on, and the US support to Pakistan has gradually decreased. The international support to India is gradually increased because economically India has become a very strong country. Ever since 2004, after Manmohan Singh has assumed the prime ministership, India has become $2 trillion under his regime, and later on, after Narendra Modi has ascended into the prime ministership, India has become a $3 trillion. India has become a very vast market to India, to international community. And on the other hand, Pakistan's inflation has raised like anything, and Pakistan definitely is not at all a choice for any international investment. At this particular juncture, when the entire world is taking the side of India, just exactly during the 1971 war, no one was with India, and entire world was to some extent with Pakistan, apart from couple of countries. But now the situation is completely different. Entire international community is supporting India, while nobody, literally nobody, is supporting Pakistan. So the situation between before and after is completely different. And at this particular moment, a statement from Pakistan's defense minister that it is ready for war but ruling out the use of nuclear weapons is very much a matter of relief for the international community. Because the war now, because international community and the world is already facing two wars, one in Russia and Ukraine, another is between Israel and Hamas, and couple of attacks between US and Lebanon is parallelly going on. So another war doesn't bother the world much, but definitely the nuclear weapons definitely matters. So this particular statement of no use of nuclear weapons from the Pakistan Defense Ministry is a relief to the international community, but yet it is not a good sign, because war between India and Pakistan is definitely a matter of concern, because India and Pakistan both are very much needed countries to the international communities, though the situation is changed and the entire world is with India.
It will destroy both countries. There is a likelihood that India will attempt an incursion in Pakistan and will engage Pakistan militarily. That is a possibility, a very clear and stark possibility. Cannot be ruled out. We have reinforced our forces because it is something which is imminent now. So in that situation, some strategic decisions have to be taken. We are absolutely ready, at high alert. If there is a violation of our airspace or there is violation on the ground, if we are engaged in any way on the seas, we are prepared to respond. And inshallah, we'll give a befitting response to India. I would still believe and very firmly believe that nuke will not be an option, because it will destroy both countries. There is.
As we said earlier, that international community is openly supporting India, which was not happened before like this. Yes, the international community's support to India has not been this much, never been this much before. Ever since Prime Minister Modi has taken the office, and especially after Jaishankar has assumed the position of the foreign affairs, the entire international community's approach towards India is changed. And after Donald Trump has become the president of United States, he is completely anti-Islamic, as we all know. And ever since Donald Trump, the aid to Pakistan has completely reduced, and today Pakistan condition is completely chaotic. At this particular moment, Pakistan is definitely watching the entire world where it will be getting the support from. The Arab countries also are with India, because Arab countries, though they are the Muslim hardcore land, but were with India in most of the occasions, though their aid to Pakistan is continually flowing. But now even the aid from the Arab countries is also decreased because of the various reasons. And so Pakistan's condition has become haploid ever since its international aid has become day by day, it's getting reduced day by day. And so Pakistan literally is not getting help from anywhere. It's not getting an open support from anywhere. Earlier during the George Bush and Musharraf, George Bush has completely completely backed Musharraf in any occasion. Even during the attack of the parliament, George Bush has, to some extent, convinced the then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee not to become too much aggressive and then avoided the war. Even America, when invaded Iraq and dethroned Saddam Hussein, at that particular time also, India at the United Nations said that it too has the complete right to retaliate against the Pakistan. But at that particular time, on the dais of the United Nations, United States said that it will not let India to attack Pakistan. This was to some extent a very hurtful statement what we have heard. And even during the 26/11 attacks also, though the relations between US and Pakistan has changed, though the relations between Obama and Narendra Modi, or apologies, between United States and India, when President Obama and Manmohan Singh was very much completely went into a friendly relation. Even at that particular time also, United States hinted on not going for war. And so on the two occasions, India has got a very negative reaction from the international community. But today the situation is different, and Pakistan is not getting any international support. The only country which it got the support is from Turkey. Just during the Pahalgam attack, Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has visited Turkey, and at that particular time, the Turkey President Tayyip Erdogan openly said that in the matter of Kashmir, Turkey's support is always with Pakistan. So ideally, Turkey is the only country that supported Pakistan in the matter of Kashmir openly. But incidentally, today, a very large interesting event has happened, that the same Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan has urged Pakistan and India to de-escalate raising tensions. Probably it is a diplomatic measure because Turkey also needs India's help in some areas. Probably Erdogan is sounding diplomatic and asking both these parties to become soft and asking both the countries to de-escalating the rising tensions following the small arms fire exchange linked to last week's deadly attack on tourists in Kashmir. But the same person who openly said that in the matter of Kashmir, he is openly supporting Pakistan, and now he is saying to de-escalate, means indirectly even requesting Pakistan to de-escalate the tensions with India, is a major advantage or a major advancement that has happened today. Means ideally, Pakistan is not getting support. The only country that has given an open support also changed its word. So ideally, Pakistan now in the international level has almost become orphan. Following last week's deadly attack on tourists in Kashmir, Turkish President Erdogan has urged for a de-escalation between India and Pakistan after both the countries exchanged small arms fire since the attack has happened. Erdogan has made the statement in Ankara after a cabinet meeting emphasizing the importance of peace. And this comes just days after Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to Ankara, where discussions may have touched on regional stability.
Gelişmeler bağlamında hassas bir zamana tekabül ediyor. Görüşmemizde ticaret ve savunma sanayi başta olmak üzere Pakistan'la çok boyutlu işbirliğimizi ele aldık. Kardeş Pakistan halkına olan güçlü desteğimizi tekrar teyit ettik. Türkiye olarak bölgemizde ve ötesinde yeni çatışmalar istemediğimizi her fırsatta vurguluyoruz. Pakistan'la Hindistan arasında tırmanan gerilimin daha vahim boyutlara evrilmeden bir an önce düşürülmesini arzu ediyoruz. Dışişleri Bakanlığımız ve diğer birimlerimiz de süreci yakından izliyor. İlgili çalışmalarımızın çarşamba günü partimizin grup ülkemizi ziyareti ise bölgesel gelişmeler bağlamında hassas bir zamana tekabül ediyor.
Amidst all these international advancements, back home, Congress President and Leader of Opposition in Rajya Sabha Mallikarjun Kharge has written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi urging him to convene a special session of both the houses of Parliament at the earliest. Kharge emphasized the need for a united, strong response to the situation arising from the brutal terror attack. He stated that such a session would demonstrate a collective will of the nation in addressing the serious challenges posed by terrorism. It's just 1 week before the entire nation was shocked by the Pahalgam attacks, by the gun sounds in Kashmir. The entire nation, which was to some extent enjoying the summers, and the entire Kashmir to some extent enjoying the summer winds, and when most of the people who are packing their bags to Kashmir to have a break from the heat in throughout the India, almost entire nation is in the grip of the heat wave in the month of April, and probably most of the people, probably in lakhs, has planned to go to Kashmir, but the entire nation has shocked with the gun sounds of Pahalgam. Exactly 1 week before, it was a sleepless night to the entire nation. After exactly a week, a newly surfaced video from April 22nd reveals tourists on a zip line over Basaran Valley unknowingly filming the Pahalgam terror attack in real time. Survivor Rishi Bhatt claims that before the gunfire erupted, the zipline operator chanted Allahu Akbar. Allegedly, couples were questioned about their religion and some were forced to recite the kalma at the gunpoint. The National Investigative Agency has since detained the zipline operator for questioning as a part of ongoing investigation. In the visual, it's very clear. Initially, the entire public was very calm and quiet. They were in their places. But during the video, as we have seen, there was a disturbance and people started running. This was a clear indication what exactly might have happened. The gunfights have started and people started running. The person who is on the zip line is completely unaware. He is in enjoyment mood. But the question is, how come the zip liner, the person who has arranged it, has chanted Allahu Akbar. Of course, the questioning is going on, and on the other hand, in the United Nations, the tensions and the situation of India and Pakistan, especially on the Pahalgam attack, is often being heard. Amidst this, Ambassador Yojana Patel, India's Deputy Permanent Representative at the UN, condemned the Pahalgam terrorist attack, calling it the worst civilian casualty event since 2008 Mumbai attacks. Expressing gratitude for the international support, she